Hey everyone, Leo here. A lot has happened this week, and a lot of emotions have arisen within us. And I'm one to reflect and be insightful or try to understand why I have these strong emotions. And some of y'all familiar with me would know that I like philosophy. And I like the ability to have these strong emotions and deconstruct them intellectually through my philosophical lens. So I want to cover a topic that not many people talk about or focus on. And I'm gonna have to break this up into like several chapters because I can only do 10-minute videos before like Facebook and TikTok cut me off and not allow me to upload them. So bear with me. I've been noticing a trend lately, and it's something that I want to like bring up and kind of bring attention to. It's kind of important because this group of people are part of our community and matter. And it's going to be shocking to y'all, but I want to bring up the case for the Caucasian white male in America. And I know over the years, a lot of people have been pointing their finger at white cishet male men in the US, that is, cisgender, born as male at birth, heterosexual, white men, as the biggest issue in the US. And people who talk about the patriarchy and things like that would always, common denomination would be that's them, that's their fault, they're the issue, etc., etc. And we've been told this on the uh, throughout the years. And why are they the issue? First off, well, there's many questions there. Why are they an issue? Why do people view them as a villain and all this stuff? And why are we treating them as nothing good? Which then I think causes problems and issues. If you treat a group of people, regardless of who they are, as an enemy, they're going to react in defense. And a lot of times when someone gets defensive, they double down and they don't listen. And I'm not saying that all these men are doing this, but it's a common thing in human nature that we do that. So I want to deconstruct what it means to be a white man in the USA and deconstruct their perspective and what is happening to them or their perception of what's being done to them. And I know I'm not an expert of being a white man in the US, but I think if we explore and ask questions, we can understand them and the struggles that they have to deal with. So I guess this is my introduction, and I guess the next 5 minutes is going to be me talking about what is all the issues that they are facing and why they feel they're being backed into a corner and why um, many of these individuals get into manosphere mindsets of the Andrew Tate and the Joe Rogans and the Jordan Petersons, and go into this mindset that sort of thinking is appropriate for their situation and their circumstances, and how that thinking combined can lead to very dangerous areas of the internet where it's 4chan and right wing, extremist right wing thoughts that leads them to like racist, discriminatory actions and potentially to mass shootings. Because although not all mass shootings are white men, yes, there are people of color, and one of them was trans at one point, but the majority of mass shooters are white men with funny haircuts. We have to question why that is and the patterns that are common throughout all that. And I want to talk about the 2016, 2014 feminist movement, the Me Too movement. As strange as this sounds, when that happened, it empowered women to talk about the atrocities and harm that was happening at work and other situations and stuff like that. And it allowed women to change the paradigm. And that's when the boss bitch CEOs kind of mindset was coming out and was promoted and being pushed. And a lot of people supported this, and I support it too. Like, women should be allowed to do whatever they choose. But then there's women who were like, no, I'm comfortable being a housewife and doing these things. Great. I support that too. Like, a woman should be allowed to choose whatever they want that they think is appropriate for their own lives. I'm not a woman, and I cannot tell them what they should or should not do. A lot of people went online and argued about both sides of this stuff, but then, as we see now, women are empowered, they can get jobs and are also the head of their own households, which unfortunately created a void in what it means to be a man. And that void is now, like, a man was originally in the 20th century, was supposed to be in charge of the household, the breadwinner, the protector, the violent individual to defend their family, and all these other traits. But now in the 21st century, that does not work. A void was created. And that's not women's fault. But as men, like, women came together and then they created their new identity and said, this is what a woman is and can be. Men, on the other hand, we act like men and we taunted it, we made fun of it, and said all these horrible things online about it. But now, when things really matter, women cannot tell us what a man should be because they're women. It's a man's role to identify and understand what it means to be a man within the 21st century. It's not a woman's topic, it's a man's topic, and we have not come together to agree what that should be. And that void has now created a space for young men to feel lost. So that's the first section of this chapter, I guess, after my introduction. My 10 minutes is about to be up, so see you next time.